Welcome to Audiobook Learning, presented by Native Digital Product Channel. Today's feature is called, The Secret on How to Win in Pick 3 Lottery Game, written by Delmar Sosi. Introduction, why Pick 3 is different. Let's start with the obvious, the lottery is a tax on people who are bad at math. Harsh? Maybe. True? Absolutely. That's the line you'll hear from smug statisticians and those friends who love to remind you how random everything is. And yet, if it's so random, why do the same types of numbers keep showing up again and again in Pick 3? Here's the thing most people don't want to hear, Pick 3 is not like Mega Millions or Powerball. It's not a 1 in a gazillion shot where your odds are about the same as being struck by lightning while holding a winning scratch-off in your mouth. Pick 3 is smaller, tighter, and, if you're paying attention, predictable. That's right. Predictable. But most players will never see it. Why? Because they're too busy dreaming their numbers, playing their anniversary date, or chasing that lucky 7 they swear is overdue because Uncle Benny hit it back in 2003. Bless their hearts, they're basically donating money to the state. You, on the other hand, are here because you're different. You're not looking for another lucky rabbit's foot or vague nonsense about positive vibes. You want the inside scoop, the secret. You're ready to treat this game like a system, not a slot machine. And that's why Pick 3 is different. The lie they want you to believe. Here's the cruel joke, the lottery commissions want you to think every number has the exact same chance every single time, with no connection to past draws. Completely random, they say. Sounds official, right? Like a robot scientist in a lab coat verified it. But let's stop and think. There are only 1,000 possible combinations in Pick 3. That's it. Not a million. Not a billion. Just 000 through 999. And every single day, 3 of those digits come marching out like soldiers on parade. When you track enough draws, you see a pattern. It's like footprints in the snow, clear as day if you know what to look for. But the average player doesn't track anything. They just throw $1 here, $5 there, and pray to the lottery gods as if Zeus himself is in charge of the drawing machine. If Zeus were in charge, by the way, he'd probably play Pick 3 too. Why? Because even a Greek god likes better odds. The secret nobody talks about. Here's the dirty little secret, the real players, the ones who win consistently, are not lucky. They're disciplined. They're system-based. They know Pick 3 has cracks in the armor. Think about it, if the game were truly random, why would certain rundowns, like 111, 123, 223, keep working across states? Why would mirrored numbers, flipped numbers, or some strategies show up again and again? If randomness were real, we'd never see doubles or triples more often than expected, but oh look, there they are, like clockwork. Pick 3 is different because it's a small battlefield. Imagine you're in a war. Would you rather fight in an open desert against a million enemies, or in a small room with only 1,000? That's the advantage here, you can see the room, map it out, and learn its weaknesses. Why people lose, and why you won't. Most people lose at pick 3 because they're lazy. Yes, lazy. They don't want to study. They don't want to track. They don't want to understand rundowns, sums, or pairs. They just want to buy a ticket, scratch their belly, and hope for magic. That's fine if you're playing for entertainment. But if you're reading this book, you're not here for entertainment. You're here for results. And results require work. Not hard labor, not breaking rocks in the hot sun, just some discipline, some note-taking, some strategy. But that's too much for most people. So they lose, laugh it off, and keep the lottery commission fat and happy. You, however, are not most people. Let's be honest. Watching people play the lottery is like watching a bad reality TV show. They'll spend 20 minutes arguing about what number feels lucky, as if the balls in the machine are psychic and respond to human emotions. Player 1, I think 1 2 3 is hot. Player 2, nah, my cat sneezed 3 times this morning. I'm going with 393. Player 3, well, I dreamed about a fish, so I'm playing 784. Meanwhile, the smart player is sitting quietly with their notebook, charting the last 20 draws, breaking down the sums, and setting up rundowns like a sniper setting up a scope. Guess who's walking to the cashier with a smile later? Spoiler alert, not the guy dreaming about sneezing cats. Pick 3 is a business opportunity, if you treat it like one. Here's another perspective, pick 3 is a business. For the state, it's a business of collecting billions in revenue from people who don't know what you're about to know. But for you, it can be a side hustle, a system where you don't gamble, you invest. When you know how to track rundowns, use some routes, and identify mirrored numbers, you start to reduce the guesswork. And when you reduce guesswork, you increase profit. That's business 101. Of course, most people won't ever see it this way. They're stuck in hope mode. But you're moving into strategy mode. And that's the difference between buyers and sellers, losers and winners, dreamers and doers. The persuasion you need to hear. Here's the choice. You can keep playing like everybody else, buying random numbers, hoping lightning strikes, laughing when it doesn't, and staying broke. Or, you can step into the world of patterns, rundowns, and secrets. You can become the type of player who makes the lottery work for them. You can become the rare player the lottery commission actually fears. Because let me tell you, the commission loves dreamers. But they hate system players. Why? Because system players actually win. The bottom line. Pick 3 is not random. Pick 3 is not luck. Pick 3 is not just another lottery game. Pick 3 is a puzzle. A code. a system. And once you learn to crack it, you stop being another donor and start being a winner. That's why pick 3 is different. And that's why this book is your secret weapon. So let's get started. Because the state isn't going to like what you're about to learn. Chapter 1, The Myth of Luck. Let's rip off the bandage right now. Luck is the biggest scam the lottery ever sold you. Yes, I said it. And if that makes you clutch your rabbit's foot a little tighter, go ahead, because this chapter is about exposing the dirty little lie that keeps millions of players broke while a select few laugh their way to the bank. Think about it. If luck were real, wouldn't the same people be winning again and again? Wouldn't Grandma Edna, who swears by her birthday numbers, be sitting on a yacht instead of clipping coupons at Walmart? Wouldn't your neighbor who plays his license plate every day be a millionaire by now? But they're not. They're still donating to the system. Why? Because luck doesn't exist in pick 3. Strategy does. Patterns do. Numbers do. The lottery's favorite word, luck. The lottery wants you to believe in luck. It's their best sales pitch. Their commercials are drenched in it. Your lucky day is here. Play your lucky numbers. You could be the lucky winner. Notice the pattern? They sell you luck like it's a product. But here's the reality, luck is the sugar coating they use to make losing taste sweet. If they told the truth, your odds are better if you study patterns, rundowns, and trends. Suddenly it wouldn't feel like a game anymore. It would feel like work. And most people don't want work. They want the fantasy. That's why the lottery thrives. Because people confuse luck with laziness. Why people cling to luck, and why it's killing them. Humans are wired to find shortcuts. We hate complexity. If we can slap the word luck on something, we don't have to think. Lost your job? Bad luck. Won $50 at pick 3? Good luck. Haven't eaten in 6 months? Just unlucky. It's the ultimate excuse. And excuses keep people poor. Let's be brutally honest, luck is a crutch for people who don't want to take control. It's easier to say I'm unlucky than to admit, I never learned the system. It's easier to toss $1 at random digits than to sit down with rundowns and track the last 30 draws. Luck is comfortable. But it's also a trap. The satire of lucky numbers. Let's laugh for a moment at the circus of lucky numbers. Birthday numbers, because apparently the lottery machine in 2025 cares deeply that you were born in 1972. Anniversary numbers, as if your marriage date has cosmic authority over bouncing ping pong balls. Dream numbers, I saw a goat in my dream, so I'm playing 576. Really? If dreams dictated reality, we'd all be billionaires riding unicorns. Feeling it in my gut numbers, congratulations, your digestive system is now a certified lottery analyst. It's laughable. And yet millions of players lean on this every day. They're the reason Pick 3 stays profitable, for the state, not the player. But here's the punchline: while they're wasting money on lucky birthdays and cat sneezes, the players who understand rundowns, flips, and pairs are quietly cashing tickets. Ditch luck, embrace system. Here's the truth you need to hear. Luck is dead weight. Systems are wings. You're not here to pray to the lottery gods. You're here to learn how to manipulate the board. You're here to understand how 111 rundowns, 123 rundowns, mirror numbers, and sums can turn Pick 3 into something beatable. Luck won't get you there. Work will. Strategy will. Discipline will. Think of it this way: luck is like tossing darts blindfolded, hoping one sticks. A system is like turning the lights on, walking up to the dartboard, and placing your dart exactly where it needs to go. Who do you think wins more often? The irony of unlucky winners. Here's a fun irony: even the people who win by luck usually end up broke. They don't know how they won, so they don't know how to do it again. It's like stumbling across $100 on the sidewalk. You spend it, it's gone, and you're back to zero. That's not winning. That's stumbling. A real winner can replicate results. A real winner has a method. A real winner doesn't say, "I hope I hit tonight." They say, "Based on the rundown and the last 20 draws, here are my best plays." Luck is a one-night stand. Systems are a marriage. Why believing in luck makes you easy prey. Let's get serious for a second. Believing in luck makes you exactly the type of player the lottery loves. You're predictable. You're easy. You'll keep feeding the machine without ever asking questions. The commission doesn't fear the dreamers. They fear the system players. Why? Because system players know how to cut their odds. They know how to play smart, not blind. They don't chase random birthdays, they chase trends. They don't guess, they calculate. If you believe in luck, you're sheep. If you believe in systems, you're the wolf. Some people do that you don't need to do. Imagine if I sold you luck in a bottle. Just sprinkle it on your ticket, and boom, you're rich. Sounds stupid, right? Yet people fall for the same thing every day. They call it incense, crystals, lucky socks, or psychic hotlines. And they spend real money on it. Here's my pitch instead: don't buy luck. Buy a notebook. Track numbers. Learn rundowns. Study patterns. That notebook will make you more money than all the rabbit feet in the world combined. It's not sexy. It's not mystical. But it works. The bottom line: luck is dead. Let's put this to bed once and for all. Luck is lazy. Luck is an excuse. Luck is the reason losers stay losers. Pick 3 doesn't reward luck. It rewards patterns. It rewards the player who thinks. It rewards the player who treats it like a system instead of a slot machine. So do yourself a favor, bury luck today. Hold a little funeral if you want. Here lies luck, 2025, cause of death, truth. Then walk away and pick up the tools that actually work. Because here's the deal, luck won't save you. But this book will. Chapter 2, Understanding the Pick 3 Matrix. Welcome to the Matrix. And no, I don't mean Keanu Reeves in a black trench coat dodging bullets in slow motion. Though that would be cool. I'm talking about the Pick 3 Matrix. The grid of numbers that holds the key to separating the broke dreamers from the consistent winners. Most players don't even know this matrix exists. They think Pick 3 is just 3 numbers, fingers crossed, hope the lottery fairy is feeling generous today. But here's the truth, Pick 3 is a system. A grid. A matrix. And inside it, numbers talk. The difference between winners and losers? Winners listen. Losers argue with reality. The matrix isn't magic, it's math. Let's squash the fantasy first. The matrix isn't some crystal ball, mystical code whispered by ancient monks. It's math. Straightforward, repeatable, uncompromising math. And math doesn't care about your feelings. Math doesn't care if you feel lucky. Math doesn't care that you saw the number 7 3 times on license plates today. Math doesn't care about your dog's birthday or your cousin's wedding anniversary. Math only cares about patterns. Add, subtract, flip, mirror, reduce. Do it consistently, and the matrix starts revealing what's coming next. Ignore it, and you're just another donor to the state treasury. Why most players never see the matrix. Here's the hilarious part, the matrix is sitting right in front of everyone. But most players are too distracted by superstition to notice. They're like that guy in a horror movie who hears creepy noises in the basement and says, "I'll check it out alone." Why don't most players see the matrix? 1. They're lazy. Patterns require effort, and effort scares people more than losing money. 2. They're addicted to luck. They'd rather chase a fantasy than study a fact. 3. They don't know it exists. No one told them the grid is the game. And let me tell you, this blindness is intentional. The lottery doesn't advertise the matrix. They'd rather you sit in ignorance, chanting, "Come on, lucky number 7," while handing over your cash. Why you need to study it? If you're serious about winning, the matrix isn't optional, it's essential. Think of it like this. Would you play chess without knowing how the pieces move? Would you walk into a boxing ring without training, hoping your lucky punch lands? Of course not. Yet millions of people walk into Pick 3 blind, praying the matrix will just be nice to them. The players who study the grid, rundowns, and number flow have an unfair advantage. They know where the energy of numbers is shifting. They know when a pair is hot. They can anticipate. And anticipation is power. How the matrix works, without giving you a math degree. Picture the Pick 3 matrix like a giant number city. Each number, 001 through 999, has an address. These numbers don't just float around randomly, they have neighbors. And just like in real life, neighbors influence each other. When a number hits, the next winning number often comes from its neighborhood. Combinations aren't isolated, they form families, flips, and mirrors. A hot corner of the grid attracts more winners than a cold one. Here's where it gets fun. By tracking where numbers have landed, you can predict which neighborhoods are due for action. That's the secret the matrix holds. Meanwhile, Mr. Lucky Birthday Player is still over there whining. I don't get why 514 didn't hit today. That's my baby's due date. The satire of the blind player. Let's laugh for a second at the player who ignores the matrix. He walks into the store, eyes closed, muttering, "Give me $5 on 123. That's always been my number." He loses. Comes back the next day, "Give me $10 on 123. It has to hit now." Loses again. By Friday, he's screaming, "The lottery is rigged." No, buddy, it's not rigged. You're just refusing to look at the scoreboard. Imagine a football coach saying, "We don't need to study the other team. We'll just guess our plays and hope luck shows up." That coach would get fired after one game. Yet lottery players do it daily, proudly, as if ignorance is a strategy. What mastering the matrix gets you. Now let's flip this. Imagine you being the one in control. Imagine being the player who knows when a double is about to hit, spots when mirrors are lining up, sees the rundown pointing to a cluster of digits, plays smart while everyone else plays blind. That's the power of the matrix. It gives you confidence. It takes away the guesswork. It makes you feel like you're walking into the game with insider knowledge. And let's be honest, who doesn't want to feel like the smartest player in the room while everyone else is stumbling in the dark? The matrix is predictable, people are not. Here's where the irony really kicks in. The matrix is actually more predictable than the people who play it. Numbers follow rules. Players don't. Players panic. They chase losses. They switch it up at the wrong time. They give up right before they hit. The matrix, on the other hand, doesn't get emotional. It just keeps turning. And if you're calm enough to track it, you can profit from it while the emotional gamblers self-destruct. The humor of denial. Let's poke fun at the denial for a moment. You show a player the matrix. You explain rundowns. You show them proof that clusters hit again and again. And they nod, smile, and say, "Yeah, but my gut says to play 777 today." Their gut? Really? Their gut, which is full of gas station hot dogs and regret. That's their system? This is why the matrix feels like a secret, even though it's hiding in plain sight. People don't want to believe numbers can be tracked. Because if they admit that, they also have to admit they've been playing like fools for years. Get in or get left behind. Here's the deal. You've got two choices. 1. Stay in the land of lucky birthdays, gut feelings, and dream goats. Keep donating money. Keep waiting for a miracle. 2. Or wake up, open the Matrix, and learn how the game really works. The first option keeps you broke. The second option gives you control. It gives you the edge. It gives you the satisfaction of knowing you're finally playing smarter than 90% of the crowd. The final word, red pill or blue pill. Since we started this chapter with the Matrix movie, let's end it that way too. In the film, Morpheus offers Neo a choice. Take the blue pill, and go back to sleep, believing whatever you want. Take the red pill, and see the truth. That's exactly where you stand. You can swallow the blue pill of luck, birthdays, and random guesses. Or you can swallow the red pill of the Pick 3 Matrix, and finally see how the numbers really move. But let me be blunt, winners don't live in the blue pill world. Winners study, apply, and play smart. So what's it going to be? Because whether you accept it or not, the Matrix is real. And it's waiting for you.